Standard 5th, Subject EVS 1, Chapter 18, The Environment and Us. Let's learn about deforestation in this chapter. The population of the world is now close to 600 crore. Man is developing new technology to meet the needs of all these people and is using up more and more land and water resources for this purpose. Open spaces are required on a very large scale for agriculture, housing, industry, and for building roads and railways. Forests are cut down to make place for them. Marshy or low lying areas are filled to reclaim the land. The environment provides shelter to different kinds of living things. There are many types of plants in forests. Birds build their nest in trees. Animals like the bear, deer, monkey, elephant, tiger all live in the forest. That is, they find shelter in a forest. All their needs are met in the forest. If forests are reduced, biodiversity is also depleted. Depleted means it is also reduced. Now, let us learn about pollution. You already are aware of this term pollution of land, air, and water. You have seen how water sources get polluted if wastewater is let into them without processing. Wastewater is also given out from factories into the surroundings. If water from such polluted sources keeps soaking into the soil becomes infertile. Chemical fertilizers and pesticides are used on a large scale for agriculture. They seep into the soil or finally flow into rivers with rainwater. This also causes pollution. Due to several such reasons, water and soil gets polluted. This is dangerous for the plants and animals there. Their number reduces and eventually they die out. That is, they become extinct. Fuel is used in all homes. Besides, there are big industries and factories in which fuel is used in great quantities. On the one hand, tremendous quantities of carbon dioxide enter the air due to burning of fuels. On the other hand, due to large scale deforestation, the number of trees available for absorbing this carbon dioxide is dwindling. Dwindling means reducing. So the trees are reducing due to deforestation. As a result, the proportion of carbon dioxide in the air is rising continuously. When the proportion of carbon dioxide in the air rises, it leads to rise in temperature, which we also call as global warming. We see such a temperature rise in all parts of the world. Besides, when fuels are burned in vehicles, they give out certain poisonous gases as well as smoke. Industries also let out some poisonous gases into the air. This leads to air pollution on a very large scale. Can you tell? You see a food chain in the picture above. One of the links is missing. What effect will it have on the grasshopper? On the bird? What picture should there be in the blank space? It should be that of a plant on which the grasshopper feeds. If plant is not available, the grasshopper will have to starve and so will the bird have to. So if this living thing really died out, what will be the threat to the entire living world? The entire living world, the food chain will be affected. So you can discuss these answers among yourself. Next, the need to maintain environmental balance. Now, what is environmental balance? Taking care of each and every living thing and protecting our Mother Earth is to maintain environmental balance. Now, due to human intervention in nature, large scale changes are taking place in the air, water, and land. Also, these non living or abiotic components are getting polluted. You can see air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution in this picture. As a result, the existence of living things is threatened while several living things have already become extinct. You can see One example is that of Indian cheetah. It has become an extinct animal, no more to be found now. So it is called an extinct animal. If one factor of the environment is damaged, its relationships with other factors also get affected and environmental balance is disturbed. From time to time, some of the living things on the earth become extinct, but today this process is taking place at a much faster rate. This is a threat for the whole living world. Do you know, if the different types of plants and animals become extinct one by one, many of the links in the different food chains will be lost. Many scientists believe that this will affect the entire living world on the earth and the balance in nature will collapse. Next, let us learn about our needs and the environment. Food, water, clothes, and shelter are the needs of all people. We use a lot of things to meet these needs. Besides, we use many means and devices for the purpose of studies, sport, hobbies, and entertainment. We even stock up these things so that they will be available to us whenever we need them. All these things are obtained by using materials from our environment. All the people in the world have similar needs and desires. As a result, the environment is being degraded rapidly. We need to be aware that we ourselves are a part of nature. If the balance of nature is disturbed, it will adversely affect human beings too. We need to take steps to prevent the degradation of the environment. That means we need to stop the environment from getting polluted. The steps should mainly include using our means frugally and recycling used articles. Such measures should be practiced sincerely by each and every person. So, if we recycle, we will be able to save our environment to a larger extent. So, for this, let us resolve. Let us all ensure that no action on our part will cause pollution or cause harm to living things. Let us make all possible efforts for the conservation of the living world. We can all do simple tasks. For example, while you're traveling from train and you see a creek, people try to dump things into the creek, but the creek is not a dustbin. So you should stop people from dumping things in water bodies or places where they're not meant to. So we should resolve today that we will bring a change to protect our environment. Next, let's learn about global efforts for the protection of the environment. Several projects are being implemented at the international level to maintain the balance in nature. It is important to raise the awareness of people all over the world about the threat to environmental balance. Many people are not aware, so this awareness has to be created how we can protect our environment. Many countries of the world are enacting laws that will help to prevent the pollution of air, water, and soil. Like the United States, it has got an environmental protection agency, as you can see the logo in the picture. Next, we shall learn about the efforts to maintain biodiversity. In India, we have biodiversity parks, national parks, and sanctuaries. Let's go through them. First, biodiversity parks. An area which is reserved for the purpose of protecting and conserving the biodiversity of a region is called a biodiversity park. In these parks, biodiversity is both preserved and studied. People visiting such a park enjoy being close to nature. This leads to more concern for nature. Next, we shall learn about national parks. Some areas which are important for the protection and conservation of wildlife are reserved for them. For example, the Kaziranga National Park, the Tadoba National Park, which you can see some pictures here. Sanctuaries. Certain forest areas are reserved for the protection and conservation of a particular animal or plant. Such a reserved area is called a sanctuary. For example, the Radhanagari Sanctuary for bisons. It is at Kolhapur district of Maharashtra. If the plants of the earth are destroyed, the numbers of animals also fall. That is why it is necessary to protect plants in forest. If deforestation is stopped and instead tree plantation is stepped up, animals that depend on plants will get protection and thrive, means they will be able to live. Mayani Lake has formed due to dam built on the Chand River in Satara district. Flamingos from the Siberian region in North Asia migrate to this lake. Here they build nests and lay eggs. Once the baby birds grow big enough, they return with them to Siberia. In the recent past, as the water level in the dam had fallen, the flamingos had stopped coming. However, the lake has now been declared a sanctuary for birds. So you can see in the picture the Mayani Bird Sanctuary, which is in Maharashtra itself. There is Maldo Great Indian Bustard Sanctuary at Nananj in Solapur. These huge Whately birds are famous for their graceful gait. These birds live in open grasslands. They feed on insects. So you can see them in the picture, the Great Indian Bustard. As they are hunted for their meat and their eggs, their number is fast dwindling, reducing. Maharashtra state has declared the Nananj area a sanctuary for the Great Indian Bustard. Deer are also found in these grasslands. Next, we shall learn about the Marochi Chincholi, the village of Morachi Chincholi. Okay. About 50 km from Pune, on the Pune-Ahmednagar highway, the village of Morachi Chincholi is famous for its peacock population. The old, well-looked after tamarind trees have created a favorable environment for these birds. Peafowl have found sanctuary in this village. So that's all about Morachi Chincholi. It's a tourist place also. Next we shall learn about Devrais. Devrais, a boon for all living creatures. Indian culture gives importance to the protection of forest. The Devrai is an example. People believe that a Devrai is really a jungle reserved for God. No tree or plant in a Devrai is ever cut. That is why all trees in a Devrai are safe even today. Maharashtra has many Devrais. In English, you can say as God's garden. In Madhya Pradesh, they are known as Sharanvan. Devrais give shelter not only to the plants but also to the animals that live there. Hence, Devrais can be called the sanctuaries of ancient times. Always remember, nature provides enough for every man's need, but not for every man's greed. What we have learned in this chapter? There are interrelationships between all living and non living things in the environment. Different kinds of plants, animals, and microorganisms are found in different regions. The balance between the cycles of the various gases in the atmosphere, the water cycle, and food chain has maintained for thousands of years. Pollution of water is a threat to the aquatic animals and plants. We shall all have to make efforts to stop the degradation of the environmental balance caused by human intervention. Devrais, national parks, and sanctuaries are created for the conservation of plants and animals. With this, we have completed chapter number 18, that is the environment and us. Hope you all are going to benefit and take some important points to learn from this chapter. Do read the chapter from your textbook as well. Stay safe, keep learning, and thank you.